Did this massive crash just destroy the entire bull market? It's been a big dump. I want to talk about what you should do with your money before doing anything else. If it sounds interesting, drop the like, give me a subscribe. I'm going to show you what I see in the charts, show you the altcoin, show you Bitcoin, give you my perspective on where we are, what we should be doing. There's been a massive crash. People are shook. People don't know what to do. I'm seeing a lot of new people that have come into the crypto space just unsure. So let's take a look. We'll start with this. And again, not financial advice, do what you want to do. This is the Fear and Greed Index. I will be showing you charts. I've got a few charts I want to bring up, take a look at the market, have a serious talk on what I think is going to happen with the altcoins, because they have just been bleeding since this disgusting crash. How bad is it? Do you know how bad it is, or are you just going off of what other people are telling you? Are you all just having discussions in your Telegram groups and just deciding that this is what it is? Well, I like to look at the data. And so far, the data's done me good. We have been in greed and an extreme greed over the last 2 months, right back from sort of New Year, January, February, let's say a month. We had been in extreme greed, and then it calmed down to greed, over the last week. Yesterday was even greed. Only now we are seeing the market in fear, which is everyone has a piece of fear in them, that they feel like this is it, it's over, it's at a 44. What can we say from this? Well, I can say that smart money always takes profit when we are in extreme greed, and not long ago you saw it there because I showed you in the past. Smart money buys crypto when we're in extreme fear or fear. So I'm glad it's come down to here, because it's shown now we've had that cool off. Because things can't just go up forever. We saw the market rip and roar. We saw the entire, let me just grab up hold on, what have I got here? I've got my grab on the move tool. We saw the entire altcoins surge right down here from a $580 billion market evaluation with all the money. We're talking, this is excluding Bitcoin, excluding Ethereum, just your favorite altcoins. We saw it explode. This is total three right down here, 580 billion, all the way up to, can't even see it, $1.14 trillion. It was huge amounts of money that came in. You saw many coins that your favorite coins explode over back in October, loads of them. AI coins went crazy a lot. So this chart, I'm going to kind of break down what I see. I'm going right back from the prior swing high, which was this here when we're coming out of the bear market, right down here, right up the first swing high, right here, this one right here, down to the swing low. And we've recently had another swing, we've had another high, but this is your prior swing high, right? And this puts us back to March, where the altcoins were going crazy, everything was going crazy. I think back then, was we talking about things like, I don't know, this is 2024, was we talking about things like memes, Pepe, DiCaprio cheers? That's when we saw the meme hype. We have had sort of like separate waves of excitement. We've probably seen euphoria as well in these separate waves. You saw it in meme coins. We recently saw it again in Trump. Well, that shows that more excitement could come possibly, because people like to take these high risk plays. But we're going from here. So we had all of that. Price come tumbling down over the months to come. People thought that was over, that was it, the end of the cycle. Then it reversed on itself and went again. But when we broke out of this price swing high, right? So meaning here, when we finally broke out of this swing high, which is here, we never came back to test it. Meaning we saw this massive break up, come down a little bit, and then now we've only finally fell back down into this green box to test this sort of zone, this area from where the prior swing high was. So when I look at things like that, I think that it feels perfectly fine. We've had a massive breakout. We haven't actually come back to test it. This is our first testing. This is, again, the total 3 market cap, and where I think that we could possibly see the highs. Now, I've been showing patrons this. They're going to see exactly when I'm selling all of my money. And I think it's going to be somewhere in this blue box up here, 1.8 trillion to mark the top-ish of money that's to come in. And now that we've seen a bigger further drop, it gives us a bigger further push when we get up there. So should we now see massive rise from 800 billion to 1.8 trillion, you're talking over $1 trillion coming in, which is about 130, let's call it about 138, 140% pump of the altcoins. This, we're talking market cap money. If $1 trillion from now, in the next 2 to 3 months, comes into the market space, things could go absolutely crazy. You could throw $1 billion here, $1 billion there, $1 billion in that, $1 billion in that, $1 billion in that. Everybody making 50x, 60x, 80x, 100x in your favorite AI coins, favorite meme coins. That's what I think it could be a good scenario. So far I'm not worried about this. The altcoins taking a dump down to here is basically come back to test the prior swing high, which we never really back tested anyway. And if you take a look at this, this is the 2 month the monthly time frame on the total 2. So this has excluding Bitcoin, meaning you can't see Bitcoin's market cap, but we can see Ethereum's. And for the most part, you can see that when we've had our bull runs, we've always been in front of this green line. We've never broke the green line in this when we're having a massive surge up. This is euphoria right here. You're seeing it so fine, but that was back in 2017. But we never broke the green line. Once we did come test this green line and break it, that was just sign that you're in a bear market, and this is it. We're about to get ugly. And once you break that green line, you're falling about what's this down here? That's like 68% dump. Disgusting. And then you can see here, look, when we come out of the bear market in 2020, we surge up, we don't break this green line, we fly above it. Only when we come and test this green line and break through it, once you see that piercing, then that's your drop right there, down, straight down to here. And again, we're talking another 50% dump. So when you take a look now where we are now, we kissed it so nicely, and we're already, from going to sleep and waking up, we bounced off of it. We've seen a nice wick up, which shows buy power coming back in. So then the question comes, was we meant to come down and test this green line again? Because since the surge, we haven't come down and tested it. Not that we have to, again, when you're in a massive cycle, a massive wave, you can just hover above it. But I'm just showing you things that I see in the market with the altcoins that make me feel like that this is not over yet for the altcoins. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, see how devastating it's really been. This is the pi cycle. No, is it? Yeah. This is the pi cycle on the daily time frame. You see, the pi cycle has been known to call the tops really, really well. And it usually marks a point when we have hit the top of the cycle. It has this sort of pinkish line down, red box saying pi cycle top, and it shows that. And that happens when you see the yellow line cross with the green line. I'm going to remove this blue thing here. I'm not sure if we're here right now, because if you haven't seen my last video on the pi cycle, check it out. I've got these white dots and stuff, and I explain a bit more in detail how some of these charts indicators that we've been using may not play out the way we hope. And this may not play out the way we hope. I mean, if it does, then it's speaking huge rallies, huge prices for Bitcoin. But at the max, I would be expecting it, if it was to rise again, to come up to this green line here. Can we even get there? What has it done? Well, like what it does in the past, let me just show you real quick. Let me just drag this down and bring it back in the past cycles. When we are looking at the pi cycle, yes, it's supposed to call the top, but you can see something else, like a hidden sort of indicator where price can surge up to the green line, then it falls back down to the yellow, orangey yellow. Surges up to this green line, falls back down to this sort of orangey yellow line. Surges up to the green line, falls back down to the orangey yellow line. You can have candles come underneath. Look, you can see here, like you've seen some weakness candles underneath, but for the most part, it's still bullish because it's making higher highs every time, coming up to the green line, falling back down, up to the green line, falling back down to this orangey and yellow line. And again, you see some candle underneath there. Sorry, some of the candles. So when we look at what we've been doing over the last cycle, in the last 6 months, I'm gonna call it 6 months. If you take a look here, or maybe more, maybe 8 months, or let's talk about from the bottom. So Bitcoin was 15,000. We surged right up. We first kissed the green line here. Then we came down. Look, we saw a bit of candles underneath, like what I said to you before. You can see that. Held relative support around this, and then we surged again. We didn't quite get to this green line this time, but we have came down and held support on it. I can't really use this as a guaranteed indicator to say this is what's going to happen. I'm just, kind of just speculating on, because it hit it dead pin on. Look at this, where it hit it on this orangey line, dead pin on it, came down, touched it, and that's come back up. I suppose this is why you need more than 1 or 2 charts, which is why I've got a bunch of different charts. I've got this one here, which is the 5-day ribbons on Bitcoin. Take a look at what it's looking like. Remember that video where I asked you, are you scared, and when you should be scared? It's when you see the tangle in these ribbons, when the yellow line starts to tangle with these orangey red lines, it tangles down. That indicates that you've missed the top. Now it's getting disgusting and bearish. Price is going to break through the ribbons, and then that's it. It can't come back above, and it just dumps and dumps. We haven't seen the tangle in the ribbons yet. It still looks clean. Actually, in the last video, you know, that I showed you with this, I said to you that we could probably come deep into the ribbons, still be bullish, and then it just gets bought up with a wick. Was that it? Was that what I was sort of saying, that we come deep in? It hasn't been deep in, but we're in, and then there's a wick buy up. I don't know. We'll have to have a look. This also looks like Wyckoff distribution, which is what we experienced in the last cycle, which is, you know, you can look at this top here, where you come up, sell off, come up, sell off. What's happening is smart money, big institutions, big money, they're making the price come up. It's almost like market manipulation. They're making the price come up, then they're taking disgusting profits, making a massive crash, and then they want to take some more profits, but they don't want to sell it here. So they're going to hype the market up again to make you come in and start buying. Prices come up again. It reaches a relative area to where it was before, where they took profits, and they say, you know what, let's take some more profits, and then they sell off again. But they don't want to, you know, don't want to sell out, but they want to sell out around sort of like this high mark. And this could be what we're seeing here. You know, they all want to sell out around the 100K Bitcoin. They want to sell the majority of their Bitcoin at 100K if they can. And if they can get a bit more, great. But this is sort of the area, which is why you keep seeing these harsh sell-offs. And then they leave it, comes up again, causes excitement. You know, the whole Trump thing causes excitement. And then they sell off again, right? So maybe we might hear one more thing, one word, some news of excitement that will bring the price of Bitcoin back up. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with XRP. Just saying. If it is, you heard it here, right? Which causes the excitement to come up, and then the smart money will look at it and say, now we can get some more money off the table where we want it, and then we'll sell again. But we will see as time goes and unfolds. I don't know, but this is what I'm thinking for now. We've got this over here, which is the monthly time frame on Bitcoin. I'm just looking at the RSIs, the strength index and the relative strength, stochastic RSI, sorry. So we've got the relative strength index, which tells you if the price is overbought or oversold. And then we've got the stochastic RSI, which is sort of like price momentum, the power. Is there a lot of buy power kicking in and everything else? I've got this on the monthly, but I might switch it to the 2-month. And I'll tell you why. Well, I was looking just to see how we're looking on the RSI here, really. This just to see how we're looking here. Because we've always been overbought here, and I'm going to draw sort of like another dotted line or yellow line. Sort of that's going to be my marker to take serious profits off the table, because this is where we are really overextended in the RSI, right? You can see it's got like a little greeny tint, and the blue comes right up, overextended. This is my pocket of opportunity to take massive gains off the table for altcoins, and you know, if you're holding Bitcoin as well. We haven't quite reached that yet. We're here. Could we see a reversal in this RSI and start to come up and see that final wave or that final push to make this happen? Time will tell, but that's what I'm keeping an eye on. And I want to show you how these measure up to the top of the cycle every time. So let me take this orange, see this little orangey thing that I've got here, orangey bar. See how it measures up perfectly with the top of the cycle here? Well, that's when the top of the cycle was back in the last cycle, where all the sentiment and hype was, and it matched up with this RSI being this high. Because if you take a look at the next top, look at where the RSI was, it was down here. If we take this and move it back another one to this one here, look, this is where, again, look at the blue line. This is where the highest part was before it just fell off the cliff and come tumbling down. That was the top of the cycle right there. And if we take the RSI again, look, take this back to the prior blue, where we see this bluey green, look. Well, we had two tops. We had one here, massive 70% dump, which doesn't look like it here because I've got the thingy small, and then it came up again, right? So I'm looking to see if we can get this RSI on the monthly time frame to really surge up, which means over the next 2 months, all of February, all of March, maybe that might happen. You know, it's hard when you see markets falling, especially if you're new in this crypto space. First thing in your head is, oh, I've made a terrible mistake. Oh, I didn't sell when I should have. I'm going to sell now. People capitulate. And that capitulation is what smart money wants. They want you to be fearful. Because when you're fearful, they can buy it really cheap. So then you buy it at a high price and then you sell it at a low price. You end up leaving this market just lost because you lost your money. Your emotions start playing. You get pissed off with maybe influencers, maybe some people in the groups that are telling you certain things. Oh, because they showed me this, they told me to buy this. Your emotions go wild. I get it. And the first thing people want to do is blame. You said this was going to happen. You said that was going to happen. You said this coin and that coin and it hasn't happened. I was speaking to my Patreons, my Satoshis, talking about where my mind is right now. And it was a brilliant Satoshi class. At least I felt it was. Because I'm talking about how my mind is locked in. What do I mean? The next 2 to 3 months, which I've been telling you, I think maybe in March, if we're lucky, April, I'm in sell mode. I'm thinking about, I'm not selling now, but I'm going to be thinking about selling. A lot of you will still be thinking about buying. I'm buying this, I'm buying that. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say I'm locked in, I mean that I've got my portfolio. This is it. I might still play about with a few little high-risk meme coins and a few AI high-risk stuff. Yeah, but they're not part of my big portfolio. I'm locked in. I don't need any more crypto. My bags are locked, fully loaded, ready for the next 2 months. At some point, we have to change our mind. Are you going to keep buying or are you going to start thinking about selling? Because if there is one more ride, see this as a quick shakeout or see it as something like this could come and it could be more devastating. Take a look at the RSI for this. This is total free again. This is total free, meaning it's just the altcoins, just the money in the altcoins. The last time we were down here, where's my little pen tool? Have I got a pen here, brush? The last time the RSI was down here was right back round about here in August, right? August, here. We haven't seen the RSI come this low since then. So let's just take a look at what the market was doing back in August. Where's my little thingy tool? I can't find it. Here we go. I want to move it. Can we drag it down? Here we go. So August puts us here. This is when everybody thought the end of the market was done. Look, I'll bring the thingy up again, the RSI, just like this. You can see. This is where everybody thought the market was done here. So when you look at it here, this was the bottom of that entire long stretch, and then it started to go up again. So have we now seen full capitulation? I've been saying to the people in the VIP group, people are capitulating, selling at a loss. They're coming out of good projects, selling it at a loss because they're scared. You're shook. I get it. This is a tough market, man. It's brutal. And for the most part, the people that are playing with high risk all the time, memes, high risk AI agents and high risk stuff, I get it. It sucks when you see things just coming down all the time and they're not even surging when you want them to surge to certain prices. Things can't, if you're playing with low caps, something under 10 million, 5 million, I share a lot of micros because I think in the long term they can surge really well. But they can't happen overnight. They won't happen in a few weeks. When I buy cryptos, I hold them long term. I'm holding them for 2 to 3 years. It's just that simple. I know, and you're thinking, really? That's the next cycle. If it happens in 2 months, great. If it happens within 6 months, great. But that's my mindset. I'm not buying it thinking, I'm just going to buy it and hopefully next week it goes like 100x and then I make my money. My 100x videos don't work like that. I show you the coins that have the potential 200x, but they're gonna have to take some time to do that. Okay, Virtual's protocol 100x really quicker than what we thought. It did it within a month, but it's not always gonna be that way. Let me show you what else I've got, and then I'm coming at your hair, right? I want to switch just to the 2 month. This is the RSI again. The RSI is for Bitcoin, just to show you the sentiment of the market where I think we're at. Look at this. So the RSI. Again, I got my golden pocket here for when I think it's going to come up. But look, it looks, when you look at things, it looks all right. It looks like we've still got a bit more of a leg up for all of crypto. If Bitcoin's done fine, what we do know usually in the past is that when Bitcoin's done, the altcoins surge because the money that comes out of Bitcoin goes into altcoins. Let's take a look at this. This is my special chart, which I haven't seen that massive sellout yet. If it's doing it in fragments, fine. But I haven't seen the massive sellout yet to make me say, right, this is it. Let's have a look at some Glassnode. This is the net unrealized profit and loss, NUPL. It's powerful. It shows you when we are in a euphoric stage. When you see these blue little marks at the top, right, of this rainbow chart, when you see the blue, that's euphoria. We had a pinch of it here. If you, hold on, I'm moving the chart. Hold on, let me change it to all again. If you look on the right-hand side over here, we had 2021 cycle. We never really reached euphoria. Maybe we're close to it. Because the black's in the way. Maybe there was a pinch of blue. We can't see it here. But there's like a dotted line, right? You can see this. If you take a look where the blue is, there's a dotted line coming across like this. I know the price is doing that, but this dotted line is sort of just above on the right-hand side here, just above 20K range. You've got 20K, 8K, 4K. You can see the green where we are right now. We're in sort of like what do they class the green as down here? Belief. We're in the belief zone. We haven't experienced euphoria yet, where people are absolutely greedy, where your neighbor wants to buy some. People who you never thought would want to buy crypto comes in and buys it. I think we have that chance to come up a bit more. But time will tell. We'll see what happens. I'm not selling anything yet. I think that was the flush that we needed to get the market in sort of fear. I wouldn't even care if it goes to extreme fear. Like I said to you, I feel like I'm locked in. Which means if I'm going to buy crypto, the only, seriously buy, if I'm going to seriously buy, it's going to be coins that I already have in my portfolio. I'm locked into that so that I can stack up more, because there are great opportunities. I'm going to bring a video. I'm going to bring a video showing you some of the top coins I've been buying in this disgusting drop. That can probably make me millions within the next few months, should it go the way I hope. We will see. But look out for clear signs. Look out for things like this, like the total 2. If it comes down and breaks this green line, that usually is a sign that the market's over. Look, you can see the massive dump. Look out for signs like, let me find it. Signs like, the tangle with the ribbons happening. If we start to see candles underneath and then we see the ribbons start to tangle and come down, that's just a sign that the market is in a bear market, Where's my 50 week? Did I have it up? I had Bitcoin on a 50 week. I don't know if I shared it. Hold on. I deleted it. I mean, this still, you can still use this as a 50 week. Let me just grab it on Bitcoin. I deleted what I had. I had another chart, but I thought it wasn't so interesting. But I'll show you this on Bitcoin on the 50 week, on the weekly time frame. We'll just look at the week, the 50 week, which would be, in this case, it would just be the yellow line. Turn this off and turn this off. This is the other line that you want to pay attention to as well. You can see here, look. The only time we're going to pierce this line is when we're confirming the bull market is in. The bear market has happened. The crash is so devastating that we're now in a bear market. We haven't had that yet. And you can see in the past, every time when we pierce through this orangey line, that's when the bear market's going to happen. It's the 50 week. I usually make it green, right? And this is where we are right now. Look, we're nowhere near it to be crashing through it, to class it as a bear market. So we will see what happens in the coming months. If it comes down there, then we will talk about it. Yeah? I'm going to leave it here. If it's helpful, drop the like, give me a subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Drop your comments down below. Are you bearish? Are you bullish? Is it over? I want to know how many people think it's over. I hope the majority of you say this is it. We're done. We're finished. Because that shows a strong sign that capitulation has happened and you're all pissed off and upset. And it's just the reality of it. We need that. We need that fear so big money can start buying again. And these are the people that end up losing out, which is just the way the crypto market works. All markets. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Cheers. Oh,